When award-winning musician and broadcaster Loyiso Bala married digital content creator Jennifer Bala, they became one of South Africa's most star-studded couples. Now they have 3 daughters and are making a home for themselves in the Eastern Cape. A happy family of 5 with their 3 daughters, Loyiso and Jennifer Bala, were enjoying success with their music, management and marketing careers in Joburg. So what prompted the move to Gqeberha?
Welcome to our home. It is a very busy morning, like all mornings are, getting ready for school and work. Come inside. Let's go. Come.
Mornings are very, very busy, as you can see, because there are 3 children. These 2 have to get to school. This one needs to be fed in the meantime. There's nappy changing, there's fighting sometimes. Today they're on their best behavior because you're here.
And on that note, guys, we have to run.
Yeah, you got to get to school.
Let's
Say
go.
bye.
Bye.
Bye. Kiss, kiss.
Bye, Jody.
In 2021, Loyiso got a job with SABC Radio to run Umhlobo and True FM. And it was obviously a big decision because we would have had to move to Gqeberha, formerly Port Elizabeth, where we are now. And at the time, I obviously didn't want to move. I was 1 week away from giving birth to Jody. The kids were very settled in Johannesburg and very happy there. And honestly, he hadn't spent that many years growing up here. So I was a bit apprehensive, and obviously I've moved a lot in my life. So I really didn't want to have to move again. So as we do, we prayed about it. We also discussed it at length. He felt that it was in his purpose.
These studios are home to the Eastern Combo, True FM and Umhlobo Wenene FM, the second largest radio station in South Africa with over 5 million listeners. An awesome responsibility.
At the beginning, when I first arrived, I guess a lot of my staff and the presenters were probably like, okay, Sizobona, we'll see exactly where this one is going to go, because we know Loyiso is a musician. We wonder how it's going to be to have him as a manager. So, I could feel like people were really nice. Some were kind of tiptoeing around me. I think even my bosses were tiptoeing around me because I think they weren't exactly sure where this was going to go. But I presented my strategy about 3-4 months to the time that I started. And from then I could see everyone then just beginning to warm up, going, okay, cool, I think he knows what he's talking about. So I think people just need time to get used to a change, because at the end of the day, there's never been anyone like me in this position. One of the reasons that I was so excited about moving was the fact that I could be close to mama. And I guess also for my children to be connected to not only just my mother, but also to the rest of the family. It saves me from having to explain, ni puma pi, where you are from, who's who, because now they'll be able to experience that. And for a lot of us, especially when we move to Johannesburg, I think that's the essence that our children lose, is really understanding and living out our identity. Because at the end of the day, the Eastern Cape is who I am. Ndingumxhosa, and ubuxhosa is not just taught, it's something that is lived. And so it's wonderful that they can experience that for this while that we are here.
Now that the family lives in PE, we often visit each other, because if they were in Joburg, I was not going to have this opportunity of always being with them because they were far from me. I have time to see them and they keep me fit. I can run around. So that's what I like most.
I'm happier here than Joburg. I've made a lot of nice friends, and I also love going to the beach, and it's really nice to have the beach right here next to us. It's just very nice overall.
Jennifer counts the raising of 3 decent people as her biggest achievement, in between being a successful social media content creator.
Life is hectic. Working for yourself is a constant job, 24/7, you're on the clock. Doing social media is even more so. People WhatsApp you all times of day. Creating content, especially when it's with kids, you have to wait for them to come out of school. I have to edit when they're sleeping. There's a lot of admin involved. So that's just on my side. Loyiso is just equally as busy. He travels a lot, especially in his role for the SABC. And we just have to juggle. So when he's not around, I'm obviously 2 parents. And when he is around, I make sure that the kids spend a lot of time with him. But he also needs to rest. So it's a constant juggle between finding priorities in that moment and we often spend time together when he's here, so you won't necessarily find us then going out as much because we try to take advantage of those moments together.
I think my mom's TikTok videos are funny and sometimes not. And sometimes they're also kind of cool.
The funny ones to me are when I'm in them. It just makes them way funnier.
Jen's content is also a way to enjoy time with her daughters while being open about the demands on moms to give their best to their families.
I think it's especially important for mums, especially working mums, although every mum is a working mum, let's face it, being a mum is the hardest job on the planet. But I think it's very important for all of us to really put ourselves first sometimes because, you know, as they say, you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to be able to have the energy to look after your kids, have a relationship with your husband, do things you love to do, have time for friends, have time for family, have time for your work. It's a lot. There are a lot of demands these days on people, and I think we put the pressure on ourselves really to do it all. And yes, you can do it all, but not necessarily at the same time, all the time. I'm not overly strict. I can be flexible, and we have a lot of fun as well as a family and individually. But I think when kids are very young, they do need to know the parameters of life, and you need to teach them. And I love having teachable moments. I like them to understand. I like them to have knowledge, because knowledge is power at the end of the day.
When you know better, you do better, insists Jennifer Bala. So she and Loyiso take every chance to connect with their daughters and pass those ideas on. Oh my goodness, those Bala family TikToks are so adorable. Trust and believe that in a couple of years' time, they will transform into irreplaceable memories.